Hello and welcome to another segment from your favorite football podcast, the Football Lookout. Today we'll be talking about free agents in the summer of 2021. I'm joined by Imran.
How's it going?
I'm joined by Basil.
Hello, hello.
Was it Basil? I don't know.
I think it's Basil.
I try my best.
Bro, how do you... Okay.
I'm also here with Rayan.
I don't know why all of you are stealing my hello, to be honest.
Okay, forget him. And
Wait. What'd you just mumble?
I just told him to shut the fuck up. You know what he just thought like... You said it
All
so
right,
many
and,
times, I just thought, shut the fuck up.
Exactly. And I'm also here with Safe.
Hello.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Got him.
All right.
Wow, okay,
So,
I see how it is.
hellos all around the table. Looks like everyone's in a good mood today. So, like I said, we're going to discuss the players that are free agents in the next summer. So, summer 2021. So, going down the list, let me just pick a player at random here. Looks like one of Rayan's favorites. We have a 21-year-old goalkeeper, Donnarumma. So, he currently plays for AC Milan. And he's 21 now, but he's been playing for how many years, Rayan, has he been playing for?
Dude, I think he made his debut like... How old was he?
He was
Wasn't
mad
he
young.
17?
He was he was younger.
16, 17?
16.
I think he was 16 and turned 17 that same year.
I
That's
believe so.
insane.
Something like that. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And they have his value at $66 million with an up arrow.
Okay, so one thing I would not take a transfer market's market value, face value, at face value, so...
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, you're an AC Milan fan, so tell me, like, do you want to keep him or how much would you... Yeah, I mean, he can go on a free, right? So what's the plan?
I would say there's a 90% chance he re-signs because he's basically been talking about re-signing for like over a year now.
So why
And he's been talking about that with his agent
Why 90%? Why is there a doubt?
because he's very outspoken about it, I guess. And it's also his agent is, we all know. What's his name?
Raiola.
Raiola, the piece of shit.
He's a
What
crook. That man
He's
is
a
a crook.
scumbag.
Ah,
He's a scumbag. Oh, yo, didn't
is
he?
that?
Isn't he the guy that bought who was that? Who's the drug dealer's house he bought? I
Pablo?
forgot who it was.
Yeah,
Or like, was it? Was it?
was
it
it
was-
Pablo?
Sterling?
Listen, it's the house, isn't it?
Was it Sterling?
Did someone say Sterling?
No,
Sterling? Yo, you man are Daily Mail writers,
No,
man.
I'm joking.
no. Who said
You
that?
man
Who
are
said
Daily
that?
Mail writers. That's what you are.
Don't say you, man. That's how.
No, that was Ibby. I didn't even say
That
Sterling.
was Ibby.
Oh, Ibby said that.
I'm
Safe is a
joking.
certified Sterling hater.
What do you mean, bro?
That is
He's gonna
true.
lead my fantasy team to victory this season. That's my boy this season.
Okay,
Bro,
you
he's
heard it
been
here
cheeks,
first.
Don't cap.
Why the change
He's
of
been
heart?
cheeks.
Because I need him for fantasy.
All right, let's get back on topic. Rayan,
Wait,
what
hold
are
on,
you
hold
saying?
on. You know,
Oh, man.
Mino Raiola, isn't he Zlatan's agent as well?
Yes, he is.
And
There-
Pogba
and
as well, right?
Pogba as well.
He's got some big
and
players.
I
Pogba,
have an
yeah.
interesting
He has a
story.
lot of big
Yeah.
boys.
I have
on
an
his-
interesting
on his
story
squad.
about Zlatan and Raiola, but go ahead. What are you gonna say?
But yeah, I think Raiola is the only person who actually like, he's very outspoken about him going on to a bigger club, and I don't know. He's been saying that for kind of years now, and he's the only reason I guess they wouldn't want to re-sign. But Donnarumma himself has been very upbeat about getting this new contract, so I think he's gonna stay.
That's fair.
Do you want him
Yeah.
to
If
stay?
not,
Like, wasn't there that story where like Raiola told him to not sign a new deal a couple years ago?
Yeah, there
And
was.
then Donnarumma just walked in there and said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna sign it anyway."
yep. He literally went in after Raiola left. He went back in. He's like, "No, I want that new contract."
God damn.
All right.
Does you know
He's
there's,
a scumbag
you
agent,
know
bro.
Yeah, he
Zlatan?
is.
So him and Raiola were speaking, and they were talking about where he should go next, and they were talking about places like MLS and whatnot. And Raiola was like, "No, Zlatan, like you need to go to a top league. Like you got more to offer." And then he actually pulled out Zlatan's stats, chucked it in front of him, and said, "Zlatan, look at your stats. They're shit." And apparently that had a really big impact on Zlatan. Like he ditched his Ferrari, went home in a Fiat. He all these expensive bags he had, he just got rid of them, and he got very into training. And I think like people say that Raul is like one of the main reasons Zlatan's doing so well at AC Milan this season. Like he proper spurred him on by just saying, "Look, your stats are shit. You got more to offer. Go."
Interesting.
I'll be honest. I don't want to give him any credit at all. So yeah, fuck him.
All right.
You know who I think is, I think one of the most interesting free agents that we're gonna see is gonna be David Alaba.
Oh my!
Because
I was thinking the same thing.
Because he wants to play midfield, right?
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
He does.
So
Yeah.
he started off as a left back, had that great partnership with Ribery, right?
Yep.
And then he's been playing center back the last couple seasons.
Because of injury.
But now,
because of injury. I think it started
Yeah,
off as
but I
injury,
get-
but now it's just permanent.
yeah, now so he's basically been Bayern's permanent center back. But I keep reading over the course of this year that he wants to move to midfield, and so that's why he doesn't want to sign a new deal with Bayern. But I don't know how that would work for him, and if any team would take him on as a midfielder.
When
What
you
do
say
guys think?
midfield, do you mean like CDM?
I would
like
imagine
central.
so.
Okay.
Like he'd probably play as like a 6.
I think I was actually gonna pick this guy. I was about to say, hey, let's talk about David Alaba. I know Imran loves him.
Oh man,
He probably has a few things to say about him.
But
But I mean, I like him too. But what's more interesting is that he's versatile, right? If he played at left back, he played at centre back. He's playing at centre back now, and he thinks he can play at midfield. He's still a top player, you know. So he can offer a lot of top clubs out there something different. And like, let's say, for example, you have a left back already. Let's say he plays centre back or midfield or something. If something happens to your left back, you can just plug him in, and you should be okay.
No, yeah, definitely.
I feel like Mourinho would love him.
Fam,
Pep just stood up in his he just sat up right now once he said that.
No, I would take him. I would take him at Arsenal 100% as a
Liverpool.
as a
Yeah,
central
take him.
midfielder.
And I think Basil already mentioned this. He's still 28. You know, he's got a
Yeah.
few good years left to offer.
He's pretty young. He's been trying to play in midfield like his whole career, I feel like, and only Austria lets him do it. The last game for Bayern, he did happen to move to CDM though, because unfortunately Joshua Kimmich got injured, so they moved him to CDM, and he did well there. I mean, he can play there.
Interesting.
I'd like him at Liverpool, but apparently he's asking for like 250 to 300k a week. That might be to just kind of put Bayern off, but I don't know. Rumors are
That's too
that's what
much.
he wants.
I think that's too much money, to be honest.
Way too much.
That's too
I mean,
much.
he's probably making a lot at Bayern.
Mm-hmm.
So do you guys think he'll
Wait, isn't-
resign? Do you think he'll leave?
I think he's leaving.
I mean, yeah, they were
Yeah,
like,
probably.
I forget who it was. Oh man, the name is escaping me, but someone big at Bayern was basically talking about his contract situation, like just the other week, I believe. And he was saying how like, it's looking unlikely right now, and I don't think Alaba took that well that he went public with that. So there's like, it's very clear that there's like a disagreement, kind of like a gap right now, and it's looking unlikely that he would resign.
And, he's had a lot of success with Bayern. And, they did bring in a new group of younger defenders.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way he's playing at left back again, I don't think, with the players they have at left back. So I think, maybe it's time for a new challenge for him.
Yeah, all I'm saying is Van Dijk Alaba partnership. I'm just saying.
Also, looking at his age, he's at an age where he has enough time for another big move. If he signs a new contract and then waits till he's like 31, 32, it's like, okay, who's going to give him a long-term big contract? Not many teams.
Yeah.
No, but that's true. But the thing is, he's going to cost a lot, man. Free agents, they cost a lot in terms of wages because you're not paying.
Just
their
ask
transfer fee.
Juventus.
But you never know, right? With the right team, like let's say Liverpool, for example, they could be like, hey, we compete for the Premier League and Champions League every year. We have a spot for you, He can maybe get a sign-on bonus, or, I mean, even if he does get paid higher than you would expect weekly wage, there's no fee for him. So it might end up being worth it.
Yeah, but you run the risk of ruining your wage structure if you do that, which could handicap a team. Such as, like, I don't mean any disrespect, but like, with Arsenal for years,
Yeah.
they were handicapped by the wage structure that
We still are.
they had.
We still
Are,
right?
okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you see it with Juve too. signing all these
I-
free agents, and now look at
Yeah, I
them.
definitely agree with you. But I mean, when I say higher than average, I don't mean anything crazy like 250 to 300 because he's not worth it. But I don't know. Maybe depending on what your average defender's getting, maybe around there or a little higher. Maybe because he does have that pedigree behind him and all these trophies and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think of him because if he's moving because he doesn't want to play center back, I don't think he's gonna go to a club and play center back. I think if he wants to play as a 6, there's only a couple clubs that he could go to, and that can afford his wages as a 6 playing in that position. So I think of, if City want to replace Fernandinho, they could go in for him.
Arsenal could easily take him as well.
I mean, it's kind of tough. You'd have to offload
Shaka,
Xhaka or something
100%.
because
Bro,
you already have Partey.
Trust me, most of us-
take Shaka at Tottenham. We'll take Arsenal.
Oh no, I'm good, bro.
No.
Bro,
Listen,
trust me,
you
most
need
of us
backup
won't
to
even
Højbjerg.
blink.
You need backup to
If
Højbjerg.
we,
No. We got Oliver Skip coming back on loan.
I don't even know who that is.
Tell
Who?
that guy to
You'll
skip
see.
on it,
You'll
just
know
take
him.
Xhaka.
You'll know him.
Also, why is Arsenal fans asking for him like they don't have El Nini?
Exactly.
Oh,
Bro,
Bro,
will
it's-
take El Nini
it's
as
about,
well.
like,
Bro, will take El
Bro,
Nini as well.
bro, it's about squad depth. So
Okay, these guys are desperate. But no. Real talk though, I could see him going to City, potentially
see that, yeah.
Barcelona if they want to replace Busquets,
Mhm.
Real Madrid, maybe an Italian team, but I don't think any of them are really screaming out for a 6. But yeah, those are the only ones I could see happening.
All right, let's look further down the list.
Aguero's out of contract.
Yeah, let's talk about Sergio Aguero. So we all know what he's achieved in the Premier League. One of the best goal scorers ever, one of the best strikers to ever come to the Premier League.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
He's 32 now. He's very injury prone, but we know when he's fit, he can score against any team in the world.
Mhm.
But that's
He's
it. He's
32
injury
though.
prone, and he's 32. So there's as good as he is. He's too injury prone. That's it.
I mean, I feel like
I
whenever
feel
he does
he'd be
get
a risk
injured,
to sign.
he just comes back and just starts scoring again. Just like picks
He
up where he
does.
left off.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't have those crazy goal droughts like some strikers do.
Mm-hmm.
I
Firmino,
don't know,
Lacazette.
I don't know. He's getting to that point in his life now, or his career, where he's not going to get that much playing time. And if he's injured all the time as well, then it might be hard to get that kind of goal scoring time.
Okay, I see 2 things happening for him. He either goes to Italy because strikers seem to always find a
They
nice
do.
career in
They
their
do.
30s
Yeah,
in
true.
Italy,
They drink
Or-
the fountain of life and they'll sign
At-
like that.
There's
Or
something there, man.
yeah, or like Atleti get rid of Diego Costa, who's also a free agent, and he formed a partnership with Suarez at
Oh my
Atletico.
god!
Did not think about that.
He can go back to Atleti.
That'd be
Where he was
disgusting.
before.
The only thing I'd say is I like the idea. Would Atleti take the risk on him because of his injury record? Diego Costa, to me, he's I've seen him play a few games. He's not the same guy. He's kind of past it.
Bro, Costa doesn't go on the pitch to play. Costa goes on the pitch to fight.
He goes to fight.
He goes to
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
But he's not the same guy he was when he was at Chelsea, how many years ago. So I see what you're saying, Basil. I think it might be a good move, but would they take the risk on him, given who knows
I
what his
mean-
wage demands might be?
Atleti have taken some of these older guys and older players back. Look at Torres,
Yeah.
as well. They took David Villa at close to the end of his career. I think it would actually. I think he would be better than Diego Costa there, and
I agree.
then Atleti surprisingly this season have been the best scoring team in La Liga. I think so. They're transitioning. I think
That's shocking.
to some new kind of style of play, and I think he could go back to La Liga and do something.
Just imagine an Atleti team with Suarez, Aguero, and João Felix.
That's deadly,
that-
man.
That is
very
Simeone doesn't deserve
deadly.
that.
That is quite good.
He does not deserve that.
You're
I would
too
kinda
much
be
of a
happy for
hater,
them,
Ryan. That's the problem. That's your problem in life. You're just too much of a hater.
Rayan,
No,
you're
it's
a
not
massive
that,
hater.
man. I don't want this terrorist to have this kind of firepower, man.
How
Rayan,
is he a
for a
terrorist?
guy who
He's doing
supports
well.
17 teams, you're a massive hater.
Don't be this guy. Don't be this
No,
guy.
we're gonna be this. We're gonna be these guys.
No, no. Let's move on. There's a player that we haven't talked about
Who's
that we
that?
need to.
Yeah, I agree.
That no one.
I'm glad you brought
Christian
it up, Brian.
Benteke is off in it. What?
Julian
What?
Draxler is a free agent, and I just think we need to talk about that.
Don't do this, bro. We
Hold
need to
on,
talk
hold
about
on.
Christian
Oh,
Benteke.
no,
Benteke.
no, Rayon, your boy is
Oh
here.
my
Your
god.
boy.
You guys both need to be stopped.
Hakan.
Alright, can we-
What's that AC Milan? Hakan Calhan.
Calhanoglu.
Calhan,
Çalhanoğlu,
Yeah. He's a free agent. You've been clowning me about how Arsenal nearly got him. We could get him this summer.
Yes,
You could. He's good.
that's true. Or he resigns. That's
yeah,
all I'm saying.
because I heard Milan were gonna enter contract talks with him and Donnarumma soon to extend them.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
only-
I-
But the
still
thing is,
only
I feel like
26.
if he doesn't re-sign for Milan, he's probably gonna go to like Juve or something,
You.
which would be unfortunate.
Bloody you.
I think with the way I think since Milan are the best they've been in a long time, I could see them re-signing him quite easily.
Yeah.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
He's asking for Saif. Do you remember how much he's asking for? Like 6 mil, 5 mil, something like that.
Ooh, I cannot remember, so I should probably not say anything.
It's just, like it's a lot. It's a lot.
How much is that?
Yeah,
That's all
I
I
remember it
remember.
being a significant amount of money.
So he would make more than most of the squad,
I
basically.
mean, he's good though.
He's very good, and I think Milan should keep him because they need that 10 playing in behind
Yeah.
Zlatan right
I
now.
would.
It's like necessary.
Yes, I would say though, if Çalhanoğlu does go, there's another free agent that is available who would fit in that number 10 role and link up with Zlatan perfectly.
Oh,
I'm scared. I'm very scared.
I know what
Jesse
you're about to say.
Lingard. Think about
I
it.
knew that was coming, man.
Yeah, I should have known. I should have
No,
known.
United
Yeah,
need to.
I'm
not gonna cap.
United need to retain
was-
some
I'd
of
like
their
to see
best
that.
young talent. He's one of the
Exactly.
he's one of their best young talents coming through the ranks.
He's,
They need
he's
to
still
re-sign
only
him.
what
Mhm.
28.
That's true.
How old is he?
He's 27, I think.
He's 17.
He's
17. It's not
27.
two. They,
He's
But he
27.
My
looks like
God.
he looks like he's 17 still. So we call him a young player. For those of you who don't know, I actually thought for a second that you guys are gonna say Mesut Ozil.
Ooh,
'Cause that's another guy who's he's a cam. He's
Never
got,
heard of him.
He's Arsenal's
He's-
wow. That's what he is.
Exactly. He's okay. We know, the past few years he's not the player who he once was, but he's got a great Premier League assist record. He's won the World Cup. He done really well for Real Madrid. We all know when they sold him, Cristiano Ronaldo was kind of vocal about how he was upset about that. At his age, he's what? How old is he right now? He's
30, I think. No, 32. I think.
he's 30. Yeah.
He's like what, 30. Let's see.
32,
How old is he? He's 32.
He's 32. My goodness.
Yeah, he's 32, but like we said, what happens when you go to Italy? They drink something from the fountain of youth and they roll back like 5 years. So at AC Milan, you never know if they sign him on a free, if they needed a cam or another team needed a cam. Do you think he could do a job or is he past it?
I'd be so quick to buy his Milan jersey. Just gonna put that out there.
I would just be honest here, and as much as I like Ozil as a guy, I think he's past it. Like, maybe like a mid-table German team if he wants to go back to Germany, but that's like a maybe. I could see him going back to Turkey. That'd be kind of interesting. Going to Turkey, not back. MLS would be another interesting one.
Yeah, so I think you two both summarized it well. Like, he's kind of past it as a player, but we know he's gonna sell shirts and he's gonna bring attention to whatever club he signs for next.
Yeah, I guess like, does he want to be a mid player at a bigger team or like the star of a smaller team? It's gonna be up to him to decide.
Which is why Turkey or the MLS could be a good option because he still has I'd say internationally he still has he's still like a well recognized name.
Hey, Sergio
You know-
Ramos is out of contract. Oh,
Say that again. Who?
Sergio Ramos is out of contract.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. I was like, we should like spend like a minute talking about what's next for Modric and Ramos.
Yeah, so Ramos is 34 right now. Modric is how old is he? He's like 30. Is it 36 or?
He's also 34.
He's 35. So they're about the same age. Before we get into it, I just want to say, I don't think Modric deserved that Ballon d'Or. But let's talk about the end of their
Oh
contract.
damn.
Wait, what?
I think Modric is gone.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the legs anymore. He's 35. I think it's time for them to bring in some young blood and try and build another great team,
Mm.
give some other players a chance.
Yeah.
He's nowhere near the player he once was, and
Do you
he's
think
been on
Ramos
the
is
decline for a few years now.
Do you think Ramos is going?
Ooh, I think that's a tough one because he's still what do you call it? Like he's still like a talisman for the team.
He's kind of like
You
the
know?
face of Madrid right now.
Yeah, and he's a centre back.
Yeah.
A good centre back can play. You know, he's 34, but I feel like look at someone like John Terry. How many extra years did they squeeze out of him? I feel like he still has another potential year or two at the top, and he does have that influence. You know, in games and in the dressing room. I feel like they would potentially offer him a new contract.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to see him like go back to Sevilla and retire there, like back where it all began.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like it's tough because you think that Madrid would have offered him a contract already if they really planned to keep him. But then at the same time, it's like who would replace him in the lineup because they don't seem to have much depth at center back at Madrid right now. So it's tough. I mean, Varane has sort of been up and down the last year and a half or so. So it definitely it would be slightly concerning if you're a Madrid fan if you don't really know who's going to be your starting center back partnership in 2021.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, they haven't started the season well either, man. Didn't they lose to Valencia? Like they conceded
4-1.
3 penalties, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got smacked 4-1. I think last
Holy
week.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think they've got a lot of people out there in their twilight years. You know, people like Marcelo, Ramos, Modric, etc. I think they just need to start moving these players on and bringing other players in. I guess.
I agree. Here's another guy on the list. You know, he's not a big name, but I still think he's a decent player. Juan Mata. He's 32. His contract expires at Man United. And he wasn't really played that much, was he, Rian?
Yeah, no, not really.
But when he comes on, I
But-
felt like he did a decent job.
Bro, he always puts in a good shift whenever he gets some playing time, you know? So if he does leave, I would
Spain.
like to see him, join like a decent club, at least a club that's like fighting for like Europa League or something if it happens to be in the Premier League. Because I think he would fit well in one of those teams.
He needs to go back to being the 10.
Oh, facts.
I remember
None
when
of this
he
out wide shit.
Yeah, I remember when he first came to Chelsea, and I think he got like the player of the season. In his first year, he was just really good in midfield.
Yeah, he was
Really good,
He was,
got
no,
nice
he was
left
a bad
foot,
man
yeah.
player. Not gonna lie.
Say that again.
He's just a bad man player.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Too good. He was scoring, assisting, he's doing everything.
Here's another player on the list that might be worth a quick mention. Safe might get a little too excited. Julian Draxler for PSG. He's 27.
Could you say that one more time, please?
Oh God.
Julian.
Bro, he's so mid, man.
Stop touching yourself.
Oh, there it is.
Please stop.
He's so mid.
So PSG actually have several players on this list. We have Di Maria, Juan Bernat, Draxler. So potentially a lot of turnover there.
Yeah. And also, yeah, I think even some people might be suggesting, Mbappe might not be there for that much longer.
Yeah,
But
Mbappe
that's
has
another
not.
conversation. That's
Yeah.
for another time. Okay, so Di Maria, Draxler, and Juan Bernat. What do you guys think?
Honestly, Juan Bernat might be the pick of the bunch. Not
Yeah,
gonna
he's
lie.
27 as always. I think he's the youngest.
He's
No, not.
developed quite well at PSG.
Yeah, he's entering his prime now. He's a left back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he can go to a top club for sure.
Yes, Basel. Danny Rose is out of contract. Maybe you can swap Bernat for Rose.
It's okay, bro. We got my boy Reguilon.
Regular.
He's
Honestly,
regular.
though, Bernat and Di Maria. Di Maria, in my opinion, is a PSG legend.
Okay.
Based off like
He's a
what he's
what?
done there, and I don't think they're gonna let him walk for free. I think they offer him and Bernat a contract extension. I think they let Draxler walk. Draxler honestly should have transferred out like 2 years ago. So I could see him leaving, and I think they'll offer Bernat a contract, and Di Maria, I think, is definitely going to get one.
You know, I feel like Draxler shouldn't have gone there in the first place.
I agree.
I felt like he
Mhm.
needed to go somewhere where he would play week in, week out.
Yeah, at the time, it like made sense because he left in the winter from Wolfsburg, since they kind of
Yeah.
fell off, and at the time there wasn't really anyone better than him. You could say maybe Lucas Moura, but Lucas Moura would be on one wing and he would be on the other, so like it kind of made sense at the time. Like, okay, Zlatan is going, so you're gonna have Cavani down the middle, Draxler on the left or right or whatever, and Moura on the other wing. And then immediately after that, they bought Neymar. And then they bought a bunch of other players, and he just fell down the pecking order.
I've never seen Draxler as a winger.
Yeah, I thought he was a 10.
He can play. He can play at the wing. And
To
he
be
can play
honest,
at the counter as well.
Yeah.
To me, he's always been the German Ross Barkley.
Damn.
Oh,
That's
you,
what I-
bro, you read my
That's what I-
mind. You actually read my mind.
That's what I thought.
You know,
I was just about to say he needs to go to Aston Villa and link up with Barkley.
Yeah. All right, so
Yo,
we're gonna wrap up here. And on that note, we appreciate the listeners. We appreciate the comments that you guys provide. That's really helpful to give us direction on where we should go. If you have any other suggestions of players, just drop a comment and let us know your thoughts. Yeah, thank you for listening.
Just before we leave,
Yes,
I would
sir.
like to say I will miss Genie Wijnaldum. I don't know if he'll ever listen to this, but I miss you. I will
I'm
miss
stopping
you.
This right now. This just
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. No, no, if
We'll-
we got final things to say, I just want to say Christian Benteke is the worst striker I've ever seen in my life.
Facts.
Let's end it on that.
All right, let's end it on that. 3, 2,
Why are we
1.
counting down?
Cheers.